Muotka is in the northeast of Finland. If you're flying into Ivalo Airport, it's about 45 minutes transfer time from the airport to Muotka. The location is really remote. There's not a lot around Muotka, but that makes a fantastic Northern Lights view.
The setting's just idyllic. You've got a small stream that runs past, and it did used to be a ski lodge, so there's cross-country ski trails just crisscross everywhere around it, but it's just peaceful and tranquil, and it's just the perfect spot for all kinds of activities.
Muotka is a fantastic place to search for the Northern Lights because of its remote location. The Wilderness Lodge at Muotka really is out in the wilderness by itself. There's no surrounding light pollution, which make for a fantastic Northern Lights view.
Muotka itself is fantastic as a Northern Lights destination. You're smack in the middle of the Aurora zone, which is where you need to be if you want to see the lights. And the range of activities they have in the evening is fantastic. And the guides know their stuff, and they know the best spots in the region in which to see the Northern Lights.
As long as the conditions are right, there is the opportunity to literally walk outside of your room or your accommodation, look up and hopefully see the Northern Lights. Generally speaking, on average in Finnish Lapland we can expect to see around 200 days of Northern Lights throughout the season. There's a great range of accommodation at Muotka. In the main lodge they have standard rooms which have recently been renovated to a very high standard. At Muotka there's also the option to stay in superior sauna rooms which offer a little bit more space with a small sofa and living area. One of my favourite accommodations at Muotka is the log cabins. They really are beautiful and decorated to a high standard. One of my favourite things about the log cabins is the beds that they have there. It's a log frame bed, and carved into each corner of the headboard is a bear's head. It's beautifully done and quite a highlight to log cabins, I think.
We also have some amazing Aurora accommodation on offer. So you've got the likes of the Aurora cottages, which I can highly recommend. Basically the cottages are traditional wooden buildings which have got panoramic windows situated directly above your bed. So it's a really magical place to spend 1 night, 2 nights, or your whole holiday if you like to do that.
The unique thing about the Aurora cottages at Muotka is that they each have their own private sauna. So if you're looking for a luxurious Aurora accommodation style, then I would definitely recommend going to Muotka. Food is served as a buffet style for breakfast, lunch and dinner, so there's always a lot of choice and lots of opportunities to go up for second or third.
You'll have reindeer meat, savanari whitefish, which are a local delicacy, and they include things they might have foraged themselves. So I remember I've had the most amazing cloudberry cheesecake that Mari had made. Some of the best activities I think at Muotka are actually some of the snowmobile safaris, because you can get up in the fells and get some most amazing views from the top of the fells and through the forests. It's just fantastic. If you like cross-country skiing, it's the perfect spot. There's just a crazy amount of trails. It used to be a ski lodge, so it's perfectly situated for cross-country skiing.
My favourite activity at Muotka is to do the husky safari. The husky safari was always one of my favourites. It's lovely to see how excited the dogs get before you actually start, but as soon as the dogs are released and they start running, and they're just so happy.
You have a choice of ways in which you can hunt the Aurora Borealis in the evenings. You can go by snowmobile, which is a really thrilling experience, and you do get to cover a little bit more ground, so if there is any localised cloud cover, you can kind of go for in that respect. There are Aurora camps which have been set up by the guide, where you can go by snowmobile called Sled in search of the Northern Lights. You can hunt on foot for a snowshoe experience, which is really relaxing, and you can also hunt by minibus. My top tip for Muotka would be to try and spend at least 1 night in one of the Aurora cottages. They're just a unique experience. You've got the chance to sleep in a very comfortable accommodation, I must say, and you get the opportunity to gaze at the night sky from the comfort of under a duvet, which is just a blissful thing, and I would really recommend that. It's something that you'll not get the chance to do very often.
If you're visiting Muotka, my advice for searching for the Northern Lights is to take advantage of any activities, particularly in the evening, that they have on offer or as part of your package. Also, it's important to try and stay up and see the Northern Lights in the dark. The more time that you are out and about in the evening and looking for the Northern Lights, the higher your chances of seeing them will be.